it's officially December, and today on That One Dish, we're making my Grandma Patrina's Snickerdoodle cookies. For the month of December, we're going to be making a bunch of holiday goodies from cocktails to cookies, so stay tuned and let's get baking! So what you're going to need is half a cup of unsalted butter. And it's really easy to tell because there's these little markings on the side and it tells you like a whole stick is a half a cup. So half a cup of unsalted butter at room temperature. You're also going to need a half a cup of granulated sugar. And then you're also going to need 1/3 cup of brown sugar, a pinch of salt if you want it, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I'm forgetting the star ingredient, and that's cream of tartar. I know, it looks like tartar or whatever, but it's actually a leveling agent, and it's a byproduct of winemaking, surprisingly, so we love it. Apparently you can also clean with it, but I haven't actually tried that out yet. So if you do, let me know. And then for some extras, you're gonna need a cookie scoop. You don't have to. This is honestly the first cookie scoop that I've ever bought, and I'm super excited because I want all of the cookies to look uniform and cute and pretty. So a cookie scoop, really optional. And then you're gonna need a baking sheet. Any baking sheet will do, but I also got something that blew my mind at Walmart yesterday when I was looking for this cookie scoop, and that's these like pre-cut parchment paper, and it says you can use it up to 3 times, so we're gonna test that here. But yeah, just literally you unfold it out of the box and it's ready to go, so that was super helpful. So next we're just gonna go ahead and start mixing up our ingredients. So you're gonna start off by taking the brown sugar and the granulated sugar and throwing it inside of your mixer, like so. Something my dad always says, like so. I think I might have said that on a different video. Oh, also, roll up our sleeves. My hands are freshly washed, so I'm gonna be handling the egg, but cracking the egg in there as well. And then you are going to beat together the sugars and the egg for about 3 minutes. The next thing I'm gonna add is the vanilla, and then we're just gonna go ahead and beat that a little bit longer. Now we're gonna add the flour. Be careful so this doesn't get everywhere. And if you have kiddos at home, this would be the time where they could start helping you drop things into the bowl. It's super fun. This is what I used to do with my grandma. She used to let us add all the ingredients to the bowl. Next, you're gonna add your salt, the baking soda, and the cream of tartar. And we're gonna go ahead and be very careful because there's flour in this, so don't put it on too high, but mix it together. I went around and got a knife and opened up our butter. The mixture is at like a nice little mealy texture, so I'm gonna go ahead and slice these guys. This is why you want it at room temperature, is because it slices so easily and will get incorporated into your dough a lot easier as well. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this in. Don't worry, I just washed my hands. Drop this in like little bits, chunks. That away. And then go ahead and start your mixer again. On low, because the flour isn't all the way incorporated yet, so you don't want it flying all over the place. And you're just gonna let this mix until it's very well combined. You'll know. I went ahead and got my spatula because we want to make sure that everything is evenly incorporated. So I'm gonna scrape down my sides so that you don't get weird chunks of just flour, because that's not how Grandma makes her cookies. This grandma is Grandma Patrina, by the way, and this recipe will definitely be added to our family recipe book after this episode, so don't you worry. Okay, so now the flour is incorporated. Go ahead and mix this just a little bit more. I went ahead and put my mixer away and brought out the parchment paper and the baking sheet, as well as the piece de resistance, the cookie scoop, which I'm so excited to use. I cannot believe I've never had one of these. So essentially you're just gonna go ahead and start scooping your little cookies, and they're so cute. They look like little mini ice cream balls, but make sure they're not too close together because we don't want one giant cookie. I mean, we do want one giant cookie one day, but this recipe is just gonna be individual cookies for now. If you guys want me to make one giant cookie, I accept the challenge. I think you can turn it off. All of our cookies have been scooped, and the little tip that I have, or by me, I mean my grandma, she says to refrigerate these for about an hour before you put them in the oven, because you really want them to firm up. And I don't know the exact science, I think it's just grandma's love, but maybe grandma's love is actually refrigerating cookies before you put them in. So we're gonna go ahead and pop these in the fridge for about an hour, and we'll see you when we're done. The cookies are almost done in the refrigerator. So in the meantime, we're gonna take the cinnamon and sugar mixture that we're gonna move our cookies around in, or I guess dump them in. What am I trying to say? Like, you know, cover them in so that they look like the Snickerdoodles that you know and love. So my grandma doesn't have a particular measurement when it comes to the cinnamon sugar ratio. We kind of just pour some sugar and cinnamon in there and mix it together until it looks right. Let me grab a spoon. I'll be right back. I went and got my spoon, which is the cutest little baby spoon ever. And I'm just gonna go ahead and mix this. So now it's fully incorporated because it's just a lighter shade of brown. It kind of looks like brown sugar almost. I don't know if we'll have enough for all of our cookies, so we can always make a little bit more. Just to be on the safe side, I might just add a little bit more sugar and cinnamon. And by little, I mean a lot. And mix it all up. You know you're good when you can't see any more of the white sugar or like big dark clumps of cinnamon either.
1 hour later.
I went and got the cookies out of the refrigerator, and they're nice and cute and look like they're little ice cream cone selves. And now we're gonna dip these into the cinnamon sugar mixture. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll up my sleeves with my freshly washed hands. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take these guys and dip it in the mixture. You can use your hands. Okay. Dip it in. And this is what makes Snickerdoodles Snickerdoodles, is the cinnamon sugar on top. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that for all of them. The cookies are now coated in their little cinnamon sugar deliciousness. And we're gonna pop these in the oven at 350 degrees for 9 minutes. And specifically 9 minutes. Because we want these to be super soft and chewy and pillowy, and if they bake over that at all, like even a minute, then they get hard and they're just not as good. So 9 minutes. I just pulled these guys out of the oven. They're super hot, but they look so good, almost as good as Grandma Patrina's. So now all you have to do is just wait for these guys to cool. I know it's so hard because they look so good, but just let them cool for about 10 minutes and then go ahead and enjoy them with your kids, your friends, or your grandma. And we will see you next time on That One Dish.